back to Rick's Reflections, where we take a look at the upcoming Sunday Gospel reading and see how it applies to our lives today. Well, this Sunday we get the Good Samaritan parable. How does it come about, though? Have we ever paid attention to that? You see, the Gospel reading begins with Jesus talking to a man who is trying to test him, trying to trick him. And the man asks Jesus, well, what do I have to do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus asks him in return, well, what does the law say? And of course, this gentleman states that he must love God and must love his neighbor. And Jesus, of course, says that's correct. Now go do it. But the guy wants to justify himself a little bit further, so he questions, well, who is my neighbor? And this is where Jesus tells the story of the Good Samaritan. Now, we're probably all familiar with it, but real quick, let's unpack it, because what we see here are the Jews and the Samaritans, they don't get along. They're kind of arch nemesis. And that's why when this Jewish man who gets robbed, beat up, and left on the side of the road to die, and 3 different types of Jewish people walk by him, and finally a Samaritan comes by and helps him, that's why this is so important, because the message, of course, is that we don't just take care of those that we get along with, those that we're nice to, those that we're related to even, but those that we don't see eye to eye with. Now, how does this affect us? Well, I don't think I need to tell you that we live in a world where there are a lot of butting of heads. It could be maybe you sit on a political spectrum on one side or the other, and right now, of course, it's all about kind of cancel culture and a lot of anger, and we can't even have good dialogue. It's just a lot of anger. We're butting heads. Maybe it's some family members that you have that maybe either you married into or somebody married into your family, and you don't see eye to eye. It could even be people that you work with. Maybe sometimes around the office, your personalities clash, whatever it is, but you butt heads. This is where our faith is truly important. This is why Jesus was challenging not just that man, but us today about how we show that we're Christians, not by how we treat those that we love and love us back, but rather, how do we treat our enemies, those that we do not see eye to eye with? This is the measure of a Christian. How do we treat all people, not just the ones that are easy to treat nice? So this is my challenge. This is your challenge. Let's go out and show this world that yes, there are Christians here in this world that live up to the standard that Jesus is calling us to live up to. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next time on Rick's Reflections.